Chapter 9. House of the Rising Sun. Cupcakes. I baked tiramisu cupcakes for the February 26, 2017 housewarming for my new home in Reno, Nevada. Realized there was an essay under the frosting when I spied the red welt between my breasts. Nude in the mirror, I saw what I sacrificed to get here. My forever home alone. Pastry bag against breastbone, I pressed out thick frosting until tender skin bruised beneath my apron. I saw the metaphor written on my body. Writers live for this shit. Herpes sores flared on my lips in the bedroom mirror. This disfigured mouth that once kissed so many, never to kiss another. When I left my final boyfriend yelling after me, I decided to be celibate for a while. Love never ended well for me. After my wife's suicide, I doubted love was but as fleeting as was her short, luminous life. I smoothed Gelée Riche extra rejuvenating treatment on my face beneath vanity light bulbs. The pearlescent gold-lidded jar was a gift from one of several friends who cut me off right before I left Los Angeles. All relationships have a lifetime. Family is womb to tomb. Pink pansy tile below the mirror reminded me of my dead grandparents. Bathroom seance time. I said to the mirror, Dewey and Janet Lambert, who lived out your lives between these walls. I love your gentle hauntings. I wish blessings and love upon you. Thank you for your many gifts, from Schizoaffective Disorder to this home, which I adore and love. With love invoked threefold, protect me. Great Uncle Butch built this house in 1954. His wife, Theda Butcher, left it to my grandparents on her deathbed. Was it haunted by these butchers? I most certainly hope so. I'm much more afraid of Costco and small talk than ghosts. Only overly ambitious yoga poses would be butchered here. An ominous surname wasn't enough to scare me off when I was this desperate for a place to live. The old butcher place was my last residential option after I got evicted from my Hollywood apartment. Kicked out of far too many roommate situations to ever dare try that again. I was told so many times by now I knew it to be true. I am so insufferably annoying and intolerable that I must live alone to have any stability whatsoever. Anyone who spends a prolonged amount of time around me, except my wife, grew to hate me so much they got rid of me. I learned that lesson the hard way. Brutal. I prefer to live alone with ghosts. Fleeing California's mental crisis, I moved 500 miles away from everything I knew and loved. All to be able to live alone, even if my Barbie dream house was in the frozen tundra. Yelp told me Reno has one Trader Joe's, one Target, and a few Starbucks. That's enough for me to live there happily. Reno's slogan is, the biggest little city in the world. Bitch, please. Reno's a cow town. After real cities, I mean, Reno's cute. Cute like a frenemy's engagement ring. That quaint backwater was exactly where I wanted to be right now. Despite my snark, I actually really love Reno. It's adorable. You go through 20 miles an hour. The parking's free. There's enough traffic. Reno is totally different from Los Angeles in all of the most relaxing ways. The sun rises on my future in this place I named the House of the Rising Sun. The Animals sang it. Bob Dylan, Joan Baez, Dolly Parton, Lauren O'Connell, Five Finger Death Punch. 6 months ago, the House of the Rising Sun became my moving soundtrack, and what I was referred to the house forevermore. I read the song's Wikipedia right before moving in. Found out 6 months too late, after branding it that the original House of the Rising Sun in New Orleans was historically a brothel, jail, a clinic where prostitutes were treated for syphilis. Syphilis? Prostitutes? Holly sore show beneath my lip gloss. No men will be serviced in this version here of the House of the Rising Sun. Whatever Dolly Parton sings. The only ball and chain is self-imposed by this reclusive cat lady so afraid of people that I shun most human contact. I lock myself up inside the house as I prefer. Peacefully abide by the law. Save the Reno 911 any trouble so they can deal with all those open carry guns, meth, casinos, and bars that never close. Bars I will never enter. The small talk question everyone routinely asks is, what do you do for a living? It breaks me. How does one say, I'm a disability for my severe, chronic, incurable, yet completely invisible, sort of, mental illness? Without discomfort, how do you say that? Usually I say, I'm a writer, to spare my pride. This opens the Pandora's box, of course, of what do you write? At this point, I'm stuck, rudely saying, Google me. I can't talk about it. Awkward, to say the least. I can't think of any route around these small talk roadblocks, so I avoid meeting new people like most people avoid the herpes I already have. My pretty candy is poisonous. Stay away. People say to me, I wish I was a schizophrenic on disability. People say, must be nice to sit on your bed on your ass all day watching TV, not having to work while money comes in. That's another reason I don't talk to other people very often. My life would be fan-fucking-tastic if only the psychosis, depression, mania, anxiety, and hypervigilant terror of PTSD would stop their carousel carnival rotation around my mind. Stop long enough for me to actually enjoy what privilege I inherited along with these illnesses. A vein of madness runs like pyrite down this old Nevada family tree. Panning for gold, Wild West miners found a gilded cockroach. Like that cockroach, I survived. There's a few psychiatric cases in every generation. Grandpa Dewey was schizophrenic, as was Great Aunt Clementine. I have a bipolar cousin. One of my cousins has an autistic child. Lady Gaga says, an American Horror Story hotel. If I was to live in grief, I would be surrounded by beautiful things. My wife, whom I loved more than breath, died 5 years ago when I read this was filmed. I am alone, married to her memory. A wedding photo hangs above the couch. Two brides embracing, framed in ivory glass and lilies rest on the coffee table. I found peace in Lady Gaga's words of resignation. I would be alone for what years I had left, surrounded by beautiful things. Objects comfort when people abandon. Solitude heals when people abuse. I will find my peace living out my days in this house of the rising sun. I reread a translation of J.K. Huysman's Against Nature, a decadent French novel influencing Oscar Wilde. John Desessance locks himself up in his country home to amuse himself inside for the rest of his life. The old-fashioned euphemism, neurotic, reads on the yellow pages as bat shit fucking crazy. Okay? I can identify. I furiously highlight paragraphs such as a desired hermitage equipped with all modern conveniences, a smugly heated ark on dry land to which I might take refuge from the incessant deluge of human stupidity. Against Nature became my lifestyle Bible. My grandmother, uncle, aunt, cousin, his wife, and their toddler were the only people I knew in Reno. 4 generations of Garabentas whom I loved. I sent out a group text to them once I finished decorating. Invited them all over for housewarming Sunday afternoon. I worried a lost family guest would wander into the spooky room at the end of the hall looking for the bathroom. The 2 house rules are 1, no alcohol. 2, no weapons, and 3, every 3 households. No one goes into the room at the end of the hall. I sharpied, please do not enter, on a standard hotel notepad slip and taped it to the door. A happier, healthier person would have put a twin bed and nightstand in there and called it a day. Not this cupcake. The spare bedroom held things only appropriate for open-minded adults, shall we say. The occult grief altar where I played at witchcraft. Black pointy hats. A narrow shelf of Wicca books, erotica, and tarot cards. Hers and hers wedding gowns haunted the closet with dresses of the deceased, my wife, and Kathy Acker. A broom that looked flight ready leaned in the corner. I didn't try to fly on it. I wasn't that delusional. I worried, and I still worry, that my stigmatized religion, Wicca, will be a problem in rural Christian Nevada. 2 Jehovah's Witnesses handed me a tract as I swept kitty litter off the porch. I was appalled, terrified. I would never even dream of going door to door trying to recruit neighbors to join my non-existent coven. I'm a solitary practitioner. Witches know what a boundary invasion and proselytizing is. I respect others' privacy as I hope they will respect mine. Freedom of religion is an individual, all-American right. Was it exercise of religious freedom what these colonies, unfortunately, were originally set up for? Yes. Those Salem incidents were incredible. Stake burnings are so 3 centuries ago. Could we just not? Covering the walls of the witchcraft room were intricate oil paintings of sex acts with Byzantine gold backgrounds. Paintings so obscene no magazine I'd submit them to dares print them. Except for a tiny painting called Double Teamed in my HTML giant interview. I tried to protect family, children, visitors, workmen, and above all myself by hiding all this controversial stuff away. I write about the secret room, and speak of it, on the internet, to demystify it in comforting text and voice, so no one need actually enter. The reader now knows there's nothing in the spooky room that's really all that bad. It's just a kind of Addams Family fantasy anti-guest room. Just books, art, and hobby supplies.